Tucker Carlson was speaking about Donald Trump's recent visit to North Korea. And remember that North Korea, and especially Kim Jong Un, are definitely guilty of human rights abuses. I mean, you have people who are kept in gulags, people who are murdered for any type of perceived criticism toward Kim Jong Un. And so here's Tucker Carlson making excuses for all of that.
There's no defending the North Korean regime, which is a monstrous regime. It's the last really Stalinist regime in the world. It's a disgusting place, obviously, and so there's no defending it. On the other hand, you got to be honest about what it means to lead a country. It means killing people, not on the scale that the North Koreans do, but a lot of countries commit atrocities, including a number that we're closely allied with. And it's not necessarily a choice between, the evil people and the great people. It's a choice most of the time between the bad people and the worst people. That's just kind of the nature of life and certainly the nature of power. And I do think that's how the president sees it.
So Kim Jong Un, let's be very clear here. Kim Jong Un brutalizes and murders his own people, right? Now, we do a little bit of that here in the United States as well. Obviously, not anywhere near what Kim Jong Un does. But my point is, Tucker Carlson is making it out as if, hey, if you're a leader of a country, sometimes you gotta kill people, almost like to protect your country, right? He's making it sound like Kim Jong Un is just doing what you gotta do as a leader of a country. No, that's not what's going on here. He is brutalizing and murdering his own people. He brutalizes and murders his own family members for what he perceives to be, criticisms or not doing their jobs correctly enough. What is he talking about?
So there's 2 points here. One is Tucker Carlson on war and trying to keep us out of it, and the other is the conservative point of view on dictators. So I'll pull a Tucker here by going, on the one hand, Tucker Carlson is doing a good job of advocating for non-conflicts, for not to start wars in North Korea, Iran, etc. Now I'll do the Tucker. On the other hand, his defense of brutal dictators is not a great way to do that. And if he had done it with, and his reasoning is not great. So like we found out in the past that he has called Iraqis monkeys. So he's like, what's the point of going into Iraq for a bunch of monkeys? So I didn't want to go to war with Iraq, but that wouldn't be the reason I would pick. And with the North Koreans, he basically seems to be saying, who gives a damn about a bunch of North Koreans? So Kim Jong Un has them in concentration camps. So what? He murders them on a regular basis. So what? That is not the reasoning I would use to stay out of a war with North Korea. I would actually try to find a way to help the people of North Korea, but through peaceful means. Tucker basically says the conservative point of view, which is, I don't care about them. I don't care about Iraqis, I don't care about North Koreans. Who cares what they suffer, etc. But look, finish the thought on the second part about conservative view on dictators. Well, you gotta kill people to stay in charge. So apparently Mohammed bin Salman's okay in Saudi Arabia. Sometimes you gotta bring a bone saw and decapitate people and dismember them in order to stay in charge. But look at the hypocrisy. Would conservatives, now Tucker might, I don't know, because he's so against going to war with Iran. But would any other conservative say, oh, Ayatollah Khamenei, he kills people all the time. So what? So what? You got to kill people to stay in power. And so the Ayatollah is doing the right thing by murdering a bunch of people to stay in power. Conservatives would never say that, right? It's so convenient. How about Al-Qaeda? Oh, well, I mean, sure, bin Laden was head of Al-Qaeda, but you got to kill people to stay in power, right? That's Tucker's theory. You got to kill people to stay in power. So right. Wouldn't that excuse bin Laden as well?
No, it's pretty incredible because when it comes to a Republican president trying to take a diplomatic approach when it comes to brutal dictators, I mean, there's a line of right-wing talking heads who are willing to make excuses for that brutal behavior. So I'll give you one other example. Last year in May, Pete Hegseth said, and this is on Fox, that Kim Jong Un probably doesn't love being the guy who has to murder his people all day long.
Oh yeah, poor Kim Jong Un. He doesn't love murdering people. He has to do it though. He has to do it. Is there no bounds to how much they will kiss Donald Trump's ass.
No, there is no bounds. They will do anything.
And these are the same guys on Fox News that said, I hear Obama's considering going to North Korea. How dare he? We should never talk to evil. They supported Dick Cheney when he said that he turned down actually what was a great deal from Iran right after the Iraq invasion, because he said, quote, we don't talk to evil. But now they're like, way to talk to evil. And you know what? Evil's not so bad. You got to murder people. You don't want to do it. Poor Kim Jong Un, he doesn't want to do it. He wants to send love letters to our beloved Donald Trump every day. But he had to murder all those people, and of course that's okay. For God's sake, man, if you're a Fox News viewer, aren't you embarrassed already? One more time, if you're a Fox News viewer, you know what they said about Obama and North Korea. Are you now turning around saying if Obama had gone to North Korea, he would have been weak and it would have shown terrible, like Neville Chamber-like appeasement of North Korea and their dictator, brutal dictator Kim Jong Un? But when Trump does it, it's wonderful. It's diplomacy, even though he got nothing in return. And they built 6 more nukes while Trump's been playing patty cakes with his lover. And that's not my words. Donald Trump said he fell in love with Kim Jong Un. And so now by definition, everybody on Fox News has now fallen in love with Kim Jong Un. Pathetic, absolutely disgusting.